They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Corey Grant hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Perry, the return. And he spins away. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
This is Marshall. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now, Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On 1st down, Allen. Forced out to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. Flush to his right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Mac Hollins, the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. You need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
Gun!
From the gun, it's Allen. Buying time to his left. And he is going to be run down. What a disaster there. A huge loss.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. Letting one go deep here for Gronk. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And it's third down.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And that one good for 16 yards and a first.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Detroit!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Good!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Lucky 56.
Out Allen will try again on second down. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing on third and long. Allen escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Allen now on 1st down. And that is incomplete here.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. Likely time for one. Start out 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll power his way up near the 25. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Left side here to Sanders. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
2 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
Penny, a 1st down carry, and nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right, now look
Looking to throw. Steps away to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
On play action, they'll throw. Flush to his right. A bullet throw, but incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter three.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Gone! 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 Gone!
Allen looks to throw on second down. He's going to let this one go deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The target there, Mac Hollins. And that takes us from second to third down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Leonard Williams in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Gone! 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 Gone!
They do go for it. Here's Allen. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. Past the 20. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game.
Gone! 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 Gone!
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. They'll run for it with Marshall, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Keith Marshall with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Point after, right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try.
They've got his man complete. They give him a gain of 38.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Back now in Buffalo. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
He'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Second and goal from the 1.
No, check. Patriot!
They'll try and sneak it here. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. It's their quarterback. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
We got three. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On play action, Allen rolling to his right. And his throw here is incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
There was the pressure you were talking about, force the incompletion.
And it doesn't always have to end in a sack, does it? Sometimes you can make a good play by forcing the incompletion with the pressure.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And he's taken down inside the red zone past the Seattle 15. It's a big play for the Bills on 3rd down. 52 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Now he's forced out left. Caught by Marshall. He's got it for a Bills touchdown. Keith Marshall, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And an alley to run. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
There's so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Detroit!
Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers, steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was playing. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shaq Lawson in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Now Allen throwing on second down. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he stopped immediately there. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Leaves it for Petty. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
On 3rd down, Penny. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
Back to throw. Allen escapes, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Allen to throw. Buying time to his left. Going deep for Moncrief. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. And it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Allen, flushed out right. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Returnable for Lockett. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. That game has gone final in Foxborough. And it was the Patriots that wound up winners in that one. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. He'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And this one's incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
All right, now, look at 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. Clock rolling here, about to hit 30 seconds. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And the Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Now, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
To throw is Allen. Going for the deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed to OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And here come the Bills. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Detroit! 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 Come on, D! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
First throw of overtime for Allen. Over the middle, complete. That's Lynch. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Allen.